Jerry Jones isn't hiding his frustration anymore. After the Cowboys' playoff miss, his latest comments are being interpreted as a clear warning that major offseason changes are coming to Dallas. The tone was different, the words were pointed, and the message felt intentional. Status quo may no longer be acceptable. Fans are dissecting every hint, wondering which players, coaches, or philosophies could be on the chopping block. Is this finally the reset Cowboys Nation has been calling for, or just familiar off-season talk? Either way, big change is suddenly on the table. Jerry Jones just sent shockwaves through Cowboys Nation, and if you're a Dallas fan, you might want to buckle up, because this off-season could be unlike anything we've seen in years. After officially missing the playoffs, Jerry Jones didn't hide, didn't dodge questions, and didn't sugarcoat reality. Instead, he dropped a statement that feels more like a warning shot to the entire organization. Big changes are coming, and nobody is guaranteed safety, not players, not coaches, and not even long-standing philosophies that have defined this franchise for years. The Cowboys entered this season with expectations that were sky high. A talented roster, star power on both sides of the ball, and Super Bowl conversations before Week 1 even kicked off. But fast forward to now, and the result is painfully familiar. Another season ends without playoff football, another year where potential never turned into results, and another moment where Jerry Jones has to face the same hard truth Cowboys fans have been shouting for years. Something is broken. When Jerry Jones spoke after the playoff miss, the tone was different. This wasn't the usual optimistic spin or vague confidence about liking where we're at. This time, Jerry hinted that the Cowboys cannot afford to simply run it back. He acknowledged that doing the same thing and expecting different results just doesn't work anymore. That alone should grab your attention, because historically, Jerry Jones has been one of the most loyal owners in the NFL, sometimes to a fault. One of the biggest takeaways from his comments is that no area of the team is off limits. Roster construction, coaching staff decisions, and even the overall identity of the team are now under review. Jerry made it clear that talent alone isn't enough. The Cowboys have stars, but stars without discipline, consistency, and execution don't win championships. And that realization could trigger massive off-season moves. Let's talk about the coaching situation, because this is where many fans immediately go. While Jerry didn't directly announce any firings, his words strongly suggested frustration. When an owner publicly admits that changes may be needed after a playoff miss, that's usually code for serious internal discussions already happening behind closed doors. Coordinators, position coaches, and even the head coach role could be evaluated. The standard in Dallas is supposed to be championships, not just competitive seasons. Then there's the roster, and this is where things could get really uncomfortable. Jerry Jones hinted that some tough decisions are coming, especially when it comes to expensive contracts and underperforming veterans. The Cowboys have invested heavily in certain players, but investment doesn't equal immunity. If Jerry believes the current core can't get it done, we could see shocking trades, unexpected releases, or a completely new approach to free agency. And don't forget the quarterback conversation. Anytime the Cowboys fall short, the spotlight immediately swings toward the most important position on the field. Jerry didn't directly call out anyone, but he emphasized accountability and results. In the NFL, that usually means the quarterback gets judged harder than anyone else. Whether it's play calling, decision-making, or leadership, the quarterback position will be under a microscope this offseason. Defense is another major talking point. At times this season, the Cowboys' defense looked elite, fast, and aggressive. At other times, it completely disappeared when it mattered most. Jerry Jones acknowledged inconsistency as a major problem, and that could lead to scheme changes or personnel adjustments. Star defenders might stay, but role players and depth pieces could be shuffled around to build a unit that can perform in big moments, not just regular season matchups. What makes this offseason feel different is the pressure. Jerry Jones is not getting younger, and the window for this current era of Cowboys football is closing fast. Fans are restless, critics are louder than ever, and patience is running out. Jerry knows that simply selling hope won't work anymore. Results matter, and the playoff miss put that reality front and center. Another interesting angle is the front office philosophy. Jerry hinted that the Cowboys may need to rethink how they build the team. Draft strategy, free agency aggressiveness, and even risk tolerance could change. For years, Dallas has relied heavily on drafting and developing, often avoiding big splash signings. But with the league evolving and other teams being more aggressive, Jerry may finally be open to adjusting that mindset. The locker room culture is also under review. Jerry's comments suggested that leadership, accountability, and mental toughness are areas that need improvement. Talent without discipline leads to penalties, blown assignments, and collapses in big games. Expect the Cowboys to prioritize not just athletic ability, but mindset this offseason. Players who bring intensity, focus, and consistency could become targets. And let's be honest, Cowboys Nation deserves transparency. Fans invest emotionally, financially, and passionately into this team year after year. Jerry Jones knows the frustration is real. That's why his comments weren't just about change for the sake of change, but change with purpose. The message was clear: missing the playoffs is unacceptable, and consequences will follow. The media reaction has already been intense. Analysts are debating which changes make the most sense and which moves could backfire. Some believe Dallas needs a complete reset, while others argue that a few key adjustments could be enough. Jerry Jones seems to be somewhere in the middle, not blowing it all up, but not standing still either. As the offseason unfolds, expect rumors to fly nonstop. Trade talks, coaching interviews, draft speculation, and free agency buzz will surround this team every single day. And based on Jerry's comments, don't be surprised if at least one move completely shocks the NFL world. For Cowboys fans, this moment is both frustrating and hopeful. Frustrating because another season ended short of expectations. Hopeful because for the first time in a while, it feels like real change might actually happen. Jerry Jones publicly acknowledging the need for major adjustments is a big deal, whether people want to admit it or not. The big question now is execution. Talking about change is easy. Making the right changes is hard. This offseason will define the direction of the Cowboys for years to come. Get it right, and Dallas could finally break through. Get it wrong, and the cycle of disappointment continues. So buckle up, Cowboys Nation. The offseason is just getting started, and based on Jerry Jones' own words, nothing is off the table. Big decisions are coming, big names could be on the move, and the future of this franchise is about to be reshaped right in front of our eyes. If you're excited, nervous, or somewhere in between, you're not alone. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What changes do you want to see? Who should stay and who should go? And make sure you subscribe, because this off-season is going to be wild, and you won't want to miss a single update from Cowboys Nation.